Seduction, a word that conjures images of romance, mystery, and allure. But what if I told you that beneath the surface of charm and attraction lies a web of psychological tactics designed not to love, but to control? Seduction psychology is not just about romance, it's about influence, power, and often manipulation. It operates in the shadows, exploiting emotions and vulnerabilities to create a carefully constructed bond. Today, we're peeling back the layers of this dark art to reveal how it works, why it's so effective, and how you can protect yourself. The anatomy of seduction. At its core, seduction is a strategy. It's deliberate, calculated, and precise. A skilled seducer doesn't rely on luck. They rely on observation and psychology. They begin by studying their target. What makes you tick? What do you desire most? What are your insecurities? These are the questions they seek to answer, and once they have, they craft an approach designed to resonate with you on a deeply personal level. One of the most common tactics is mirroring. Have you ever noticed someone subtly copying your gestures, speech patterns, or even the way you laugh? It feels natural, doesn't it? Comfortable. That's the point. Mirroring creates an illusion of deep connection. You think, this person gets me, when in reality, they're simply reflecting you back to yourself. Another popular technique is the scarcity effect. By making their attention seem rare and fleeting, the seducer becomes more desirable. Think about it, what's more appealing? The person who's always available, or the one who seems just out of reach? Scarcity triggers a psychological need to pursue, making their attention feel like a prize to be won, creating dependency. But seduction doesn't end at attraction. The real game begins with dependency. This is where the seducer transitions from a charming companion to a puppet master. They create a cycle of emotional highs and lows. One moment, they're showering you with compliments and affection, making you feel on top of the world. The next, they're cold, distant, or even critical. This inconsistency keeps you off balance, constantly seeking their approval and validation. Imagine waiting hours or days for a text back. That sinking feeling in your stomach, the obsessive checking of your phone, it's no accident. These calculated delays are designed to make you crave their attention even more. Over time, this push and pull dynamic creates an emotional dependency. You begin to associate their love with relief from the anxiety they've caused, binding you to them like an addiction. The psychological hooks. Now, let's talk about the hooks, the subtle tactics seducers use to reel you in and keep you close. One of the most insidious is flattery with a twist. They won't just compliment your looks or intelligence, they'll zero in on your insecurities. For example, you're so much smarter than people give you credit for. In that moment, they position themselves as someone who sees the real you, someone who understands you better than anyone else. Then there's the fear of loss tactic. They might casually mention an ex who's still interested in them or imply that they have other options. This keeps you on edge, always striving to prove your worth and secure their affection. The danger of the seductive spell. But what happens when the spell breaks? Seduction psychology is not about love, it's about control. And once the seducer has what they want, the dynamic often changes. Sometimes they discard their victim, moving on to the next conquest. Other times, they tighten their grip, becoming possessive or even abusive. The emotional scars left behind can be devastating. Trust is eroded, self-esteem is shattered, and you're left questioning everything: your decisions, your worth, and even your sense of reality. Breaking free. So how do you protect yourself? How do you break free from the seductive spell? The first step is awareness. Recognize the tactics for what they are. When someone's charm feels too perfect, too tailored, ask yourself, is this genuine or is it calculated? Look for patterns of emotional manipulation, mirroring, push and pull dynamics, or attempts to exploit your insecurities. Trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. True connection is built on authenticity, not manipulation. A real relationship doesn't leave you feeling anxious or unsure. It doesn't make you question your worth or crave validation. Seduction psychology may be a dark art, but knowledge is your shield. The more you understand these tactics, the less vulnerable you become. Stay vigilant, stay empowered, and remember the greatest allure is always your independence. Because in the end, the most powerful connection you can have is the one you build with yourself.